What's up, guys? It's me, Lumos Theromax, and today we're here to discuss one of the most interesting questions inside DC. Superman, the man of hope. Does he have fear? Very interesting, and in Superman's Rebirth number 30, we actually get to the conclusion of those questions. But before we continue, be sure to like and subscribe for more very interesting Lantern and DC and even more content, and let's get to it. As I said, in DC Rebirth's issue 30 for Superman, we come across a rather interesting situation. So to kind of lead you up to where we're at, Parallax, the entity of fear, has possessed Superman and found his new ultimate form where he cannot be harmed any further by Sinestro because the entity of fear is terrified of Parallax is terrified of Sinestro, ironically, because he's that terrifying. And Sinestro rolls up on Parallax Superman, or Super Parallax Man as I like to put it. Essentially puts him in a position where he teleports him to the antimatter world of Horde, and then all of Sinestro's forces manage to take him down. So what we pick up with Superman is he's essentially caught upside down in a massive Yellow Lantern construct by Sinestro, who's poking and prodding at Superman, attempting to get Parallax to come outside of Superman's body because he's still possessing him, and as he says, he's just essentially allowing him to speak, so he can convince Sinestro that he's not actually inside Superman anymore. But Superman tells him, yo, you need to chill out, like, I can break out of this construct no problem, and Sinestro tells him, like, good luck trying, because my constructs are pretty messed up, man. You're not going to get out of here, and careful using all that power up inside Superman's body, Parallax, because there are no yellow suns in the antimatter universe. I mean, the antimatter suns. So you're essentially going to be powerless here in the long con. So Superman tries to use his heat vision on him, and Sinestro casually blocks it and continues telling Superman, like, I'm actually the good guy here. I'm here to save you from Parallax because there's not really much you could have done actually against Parallax, in all honesty. I'm here to rebuild my core and to beam out, and you're the one in my way right now because you're housing Parallax, and that's mine. It is my property. And so Superman saying, yo, he's not here, and Sinestro says, fine, the time for questions is over. I'm essentially going to have to exorcise this from you. I'm going to have to exorcise Parallax from you with the fear exorcism. And Superman says, you don't know what you're doing, bro. Hal was right. You're a madman. You don't even know what you're talking about. And sure enough, he blasts him with some sort of weird yellow energy, and we actually manage to see, in Sinestro's words, what scares the mighty Superman, because in this fear exorcism, which is just one more power the Yellow Lanterns have, he manages to see all of the fears of Superman in real time. Superman is afraid of not being there for people when they suffer, including obviously all the citizens of Metropolis, let alone the entire world. He's afraid of his child not fitting in. He's afraid of Superman not getting to people in time to save them. He's afraid of, much like in Final Crisis, Lois Clark getting cancer and him not being able to do anything about such a weirdly complex problem because DC cancer is way OP. He's afraid of not wanting to or even going to save all the people. And a lot of these center around people that he should save or he's trying to save and he just can't or won't or doesn't want to. And the last one on this first page, which this is an awesome splash art by the way, is my personal favorite, is you see, much like at the end of the New 52, because keep in mind this Superman is a hybrid New 52 post-crisis fused Superman. We see essentially what happened at the end of the New 52 where he had fused with Doomsday, and you can see in the bottom right corner he literally has Batman's cowl with the spine hanging out, and Wonder Woman tells him, like, Clark, what did you do to Bruce, and what have you done to yourself? Implying he might have, in this scenario, even wanted to become a monster like this. And he's very clearly fighting the whole league. He's kneeing Flash in the face. Like, it's pretty absolutely brutal. And then, honestly, that's my personal favorite, but worst of all, we have the last page where all of this is happening, and we have Superman fighting John Kent. And keep in mind, this is John Kent before he had his growth spurt, because there was a whole era where he was displaced somewhere else where he grew faster. Long story. And John Kent is essentially saying, you never had time for me because you were always being Superman. And as he's saying this, all the Titans are dead around him. And he's just wiling out, like John Kent is just going absolutely crazy. He's saying, you're so busy saving the world, you were never there for me. Do you see me now? Am I creating attention for you? Am I finally getting your attention? And it's just absolutely crazy to get a glimpse into what the Man of Steel actually fears in real time. And sure enough, after this, he's literally telling John Kent, like, you have to stop this. This is absolute madness, before he eventually snaps back out of it, and Sinestro begins flaying Superman even more during this exorcism. But this is all we really get whenever it comes to, like, the actual fears of Superman, and it was a really unique and short glimpse into a window of Superman, like I said, the Man of Hope and the Man of Steel, where we don't normally get to see his fears, or we don't get to see more negative aspects of his emotions brought to light whenever it comes to the comics, at least for the most part, whenever it comes to the mainstream stuff. But that being said, what did you guys think of Superman fears? I'm surprised I didn't see any kryptonite in here, which shows it doesn't fear kryptonite. It's pretty badass. But what do you think Superman should have feared inside this comic book? Because these are the absolute fears. This isn't made up. This isn't like an assumption or anything. These are genuinely his fears. I figured Batman would be on here, 100%. Batman doing something like wild or crazy in the context of his fears. Once again, shows he doesn't even fear Batman. But what do you guys think would be rolling through Superman's fears? And I guess that being said, I'm going to keep rolling with Black Lantern October. Hopefully I'm going to have a Deathstorm video coming out here real soon. I've got a Parallax Hal Jordan, which hopefully will be coming out next beginning of next month, if not the end of this month, depending on how some things go. And that being said, be sure to like and subscribe down low. And if you have any video suggestions, or you even want to purchase a video, let me know in Discord. Later, Lanterns.